Hello, boys, babes, and all of you beans in between. Welcome back. We're over here with an inventory entirely full of rotten flesh and other bits and bobs. But that's because I decided to do a thing. And that thing was this. So as you can tell from that lovely clip, we discovered some stuff while we were working on mining through, if I can trade, that'd be phenomenal. Working on mining through a whole bunch more of the mine shaft just because I want the extra material. Things like andesite, cobbled, deep slate, just that variety of things is super, super useful for getting ourselves further along. But I need to fix up my tools just because broken tools are not good tools. Unfortunately, these guys are not the best prices, but it is a good start, and it means I can do this in addition to a couple of other things, help fix myself up really quick. But let us press that. Oh, go there off my hand. I love this trade just because it basically doubles your XP as you do this. Because, like, these are my favorite. And almost completely repaired. Let's do this so my axe can get some love too. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, not quite. That's so close though. But we're back today working on some more bits and bobs. I think my new plan as we work on stuff in this world is that I'm not really going to plan it. Me telling you what I'm going to do at the start of the stream is not start of my video is not exactly accurate to what ends up happening throughout the whole video. I say this because I am very bad at staying on task, staying on track, staying on something or whatever I've told you I'm going to do. But we're going to work on just whatever I end up working on, whether that be random miscellaneous villager trading, whether that be I am working on other varieties of things. But I think it is better for me to not have you expecting something to happen during the video and for it just to happen. So, let's grab some more of this stuff to trade. Not that. This, though. And then leave the rotten flesh. Wait, no. Wait. Hold on. I've made a mistake. Rotten flesh. Let's go trade that. But we'll be doing a variety of things, and I really want to go explore that cave that we just dug into that's under the area. Because if that's down there, I absolutely want to find a way to incorporate it into the build that we have been putting on top of it. Because that would be super cool, honestly, and I really hope it works out well. So we're gonna head back over there and take a little peek around it. I'm probably gonna put a lot of that through the replay mod, just because it's a little easier for me than recording the whole thing and editing through it. So I'll bring y'all over there when we get back. Okay, so like this thing that I have now lit up is utterly awesome and massive, and I still haven't lit up the majority of it. Like, these upper spots have not been lit up, and I probably will not get to them anytime soon. But this is where my mineshaft thing's going to come down, and I am going to have to find a way to make hanging mineshaft look super cool. I gotta figure out if I'm going to do like spruce or oak or dark oak to get myself down and go all the way down. I actually didn't check. Okay, before we check, make enough area up here for me to actually land so that I can get back up here, because it took multiple crash landings to get in here when I was coming back up earlier. So we're just gonna make a nice little spot that I can land, because I was so scared I was gonna die and my stuff explode down into the lava and I'd never see it again. Because this is terrifying. But let's go look at this. I want to see, is this the bottom? It's not quite, but it's pretty stinking close. Ooh, hello friend. Just a quick... Oh, I missed. Just a quick boop. Nope. Nope. I can't even see them anymore. Hi, yes. Boop. Haha! But yes. So we're definitely going to try and bring the mineshaft all the way down here, just because I think it'll be a super cool thing. Definitely can be like some sort of dwarven build down here. Some sort of like underground, underdark kind of build. Super, super cool, honestly, I think, if we can make it work. Now, the big thing is going to be figuring out how to make the mine shaft look like it belongs, like it's supposed to be down here. We honestly could just hit that point, hollow that out as much as I can, and then make some sort of like squiggle pathway coming down. But I'm not quite confident about it yet, just because I would like to get the rest of it dug out first. But since there is this much empty space coming down here, I think it's going to make our life a lot easier getting there. But let's see if we can get back up without dying. Oh, terrifying every time. But that's good. So I definitely think we could find some sort of thing. I'll be brainstorming it, see what we come up with. That is frustrating. Dang water ruining the lava. So I may or may not have been out in the nether. I may or may not have been mining for more of this stuff. I only got half of this. This was my earlier haul. And I may or may not have a lot of quartz and gold we're going to fortune really quick. So let's do that really fast because I got real distracted. I would call this a pretty solid haul. I think that, honestly, pretty good. Let's see what it comes out to be. Yeah, that's about even for what we mined. So I will take that as an absolute win on that end. Let me really quickly deposit these in here in addition to, we'll just hold on to them. Those are fine. But we want to go, let me show you what I was doing down here. I didn't get a ton of things done in here, but I did go and make, come on, stairs. This small little nook down here that I will be using as storage for our stone that we do mine, because I do intend once we get far enough down and get the inside of this done to knock out branches in all the directions so that we can get more material while we're down here, because we need the things like andesite and the deep slate and all of this stuff for our builds. So now that this area is much more open, we will definitely begin our process of decorating this. So I am going to go and put this stuff away and grab the materials we need to do the interior of at least this upper part so we can brainstorm and figure out how it's going to look, especially once we get down to deep slate, because I'm going to mix it up a little bit when we get down there. But let's get to it. And there you have it. A mine shaft that looks a little bit more like it was more haphazardly mined. I didn't get all the way down because I need to actually move this beacon. So we're going to get to moving that beacon a little bit and then I'll finish this. But I think it looks so much better. I did leave some ores and I stashed some in different little spots, hidden in and around things. So you see little specks of it and bits of them in and around all of these nooks and crannies. And they're just all in there in their own little ways. And I love them so much. But we got to get more of this in, which requires me to go get some more gold. I found some, but I need more. So we're going to go work into some more gold, and then we'll come put that in, and we'll see what else we can get done here. And there we have it. A nice little railroad system. It goes down to this point, because we don't have stairs going down the other side yet, so we haven't touched that. But it gets you down to here, and I overall think this looks super, super good. Honestly, it feels a lot better, especially when you get past everything else. This just feels so much more alive, I guess. I love it, though. Super, super cute. But that is done. Let's go see what else I can get into, because there's a couple other things I can do, I think, maybe. And this moment is where I did not get other things done. I had decided I wanted some gilded blackstone to work on the smokestack inside that building over there. But in that process, I may or may not have died to a piglin, and that piglin may or may not have knocked the majority of my stuff in lava, and it may or may not have resulted in a slight rage quit that didn't go well because of my mental health, because, you know, it happens. But then we came back a month later, And with it being that month later, we decided to, well, grind back. We are sitting here getting our new shovels, pickaxes, swords, bows, armor, shoes, helmet, food, and any of the material that I had lost at the time, which honestly was an obnoxious amount, and I had a very fairly large amount of XP at the time. And the biggest thing we ran into was not getting material, but getting enough XP. But once we get that done, I realized I don't want to use netherite I already have to fix up my tools. So I went into the nearest desert, and ground up a whole bunch of sand so that we could try and make some more TNT. And we did that, and I spent 2 or 3 hours in the nether doing this on repeat. Cleaning up the lava so it's easier to see, so I can put more tunnels in later when I'm looking for more. The fun stuff, the usual stuff. And once I got most of that done, I went and got revenge on some piglins because they're absolutely evil and the bane of my existence and made everything pretty darn near impossible. Got a bunch of gilded blackstone in the process. I think I raided 4 or 5 bastions. Worked out great. I walked around top of my lighthouse for a while until I could think straight, which took a minute. Then I decided to put in an entire smelting system into the village, which, mind you, it works great. Replay mod makes it look hella broken. So it works, but it looks broken, which I'm fine with that. But we ground up a whole bunch of resources for it. Then we decided to actually install the sugarcane farm that I needed in the area, which I still haven't set up a shut-off system for it, but it is working on it. Putting it in the wall, getting the stuff I needed was not something I was entirely prepared for, and then I realized I don't have a lighting source in there. So we went over to the Guardian Monument, Ocean Monument, got some of the sea lanterns, forgot how expensive they were to craft, had to get some more, got some more, put them in the places, made it look a little bit better, realized nothing would really spawn in there because light level rules now, I just didn't like torches in there. But it works. It works now. We can see things now. So, after many attempts of getting things to work and whatnot, this works beautifully. This does not. I did not think this through. So the big problem we're having with it is that those observers right there in the back, once the bamboo has reached its growth past this point and it turns into one of these poles, any growth above that does not cause the bottom one to trigger or make any sort of change like sugarcane does. So I can't do it the same way that I was doing that farm. So I gotta figure out how to do that. I still want to try and keep it as compressed as possible. It might just be a case of I turn this all into one tall section and have the pistons coming out from down here anyway. We'll figure it out. It's not going to be a right now problem, but it's in an area that it will work for, and Professor has a lot to say about it. But it is working. It is doing its job. We have our furnace array running as we do, just to make sure that we have plenty of fueling this thing so that when we do need it for other things, it's there. So we have plenty of options to fuel our ever-growing chaos projects that I, for some reason, cannot seem to stop getting myself into and ever actually bring myself to finish. But it's going in a direction, I think. The big thing now that I would like to look into now, that I haven't quite done besides finishing this, I have added layers to this. I need to add a couple more before I wrap that up. I would like to drain the inside of this. Why? I have no idea. But I have a good theory that there is more inside of it that I've missed, such as a couple of other things. I don't want to die to that thing. There's just some bits and pieces in there, and I'd really like to have the accessibility of just having that there as some sort of weird storytelling aspect for the area. But I do intend to turn one of them into a farm very shortly, probably the one that's further out that way and not so close. I do believe there is one out here, just out here. But it is far too close, and it's not what I want to work with. And there's one just over here. But there's one that's like midway past the mesa that's over here that I would like to use for building a farm out of eventually. That's not an urgent thing. I'm not particularly needing any materials besides sea lanterns, and even then, it's the rare in between. And I don't mind going out there and punching them with a sword because it works out pretty well. So, with those notes done, I would like to try and finish up our smokestack before the end of this episode. That will not take too terribly long. I think at this point we're going to transfer into stone, brick, and stone, and then into andesite for the top level when we add the other exterior details beyond that, which honestly should not take too terribly long to wrap up, but I will need to terraform around it and see what we can get done. So, let's see. I do want to make it a little bit more crooked, so hopefully we will only need to cut out that section right there. But let me get to that. And there it is, folks. The thing you cannot see. But the sign that it's done, the sign that I've gotten this to where I want to be, is you can't see out the top because I added smoke textures, which honestly I think I'm going to actually come through and do some sort of glass layering effect so it looks like it's further away and smoky. So we'll probably come back and do that later, but I don't have the glass for that right now, so I'll have to trade for that. But a 1, a 2, and a 3, there it is. It needs more detail, honestly. I think I need to come back in and bring some more dark oak logs in and just trace out some spots, but it is finished. It has little windows and spots that look like it's venting itself. It has smoke coming out the top, and honestly, I couldn't ask for more at this point. It has done what I wanted, and it is finally finished. I do think I want to add some other stuff here and there around the area, but honestly, this is where I want it to be. This is honestly also my first attempt at this kind of texturing with the change in height and stuff, but I think it's super cool. However, that does mean it's now time for me to work back in this terraforming so it actually looks like emerging from the mountain and not something I carved the mountain out for. So, honestly, this is super exciting. I love the way it's come out. I love the way it looks, and I think that that is exactly what I needed it to do. So, on that note, I am super proud of where we gotten to today. I think that with the giant mess that was between and the gaps of getting this video done and the last video, I think we've done well. But I do have some plans I want to get back into. It's just once I get my work schedule reestablished so that I can actually get back into doing this, we will get more done. So, until then, thank you so very much for coming back and watching everything. Thank you and welcome back to this lovely abode. We have some things to do, some redstone I gotta figure out, which I'll figure out eventually. I don't really have a massive need for bamboo at this time, but we have a working furnace array, a massive smokestack, some terraforming to do, but some terraforming we already did, and a sugarcane option, which works just enough to make sure that I can keep having rockets as I need them. So, once again, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you get yourself some water, and have a lovely rest of your day, night, or morning, whatever it is. Bye now!